Ladies and gentlemen, the annual meeting will begin in less than 5 minutes. Please move in to the rows and take your seats.
See you walking around like it's a funeral. Not so serious, girl, why those feet cold? We just getting started, don't you tiptoe, tiptoe. Waste time with the masterpiece, to waste time with the masterpiece. You should be rolling me, you should be rolling me. You're a real life fantasy, you're a real life fantasy. But you
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome when we're living our dream. Everything is better when we stick together. Side by side, you and I gonna win forever. Let's party forever. We're the same, I'm like you, you're like me. We're all working in harmony. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of the team. Everything is awesome when we're living our dream.
3, 2, 1, go. Have you heard the news? Everyone's talking. Life is good cause everything's awesome. Lost my job, it's a new opportunity. More free time for my awesome community. I feel more awesome than an awesome possum. Dip my body in chocolate frosting. 3 years later I shot the frosting. Smelling like a blossom, everything is awesome. Stepped in mud, got new brown shoes. It's awesome to win and it's awesome to lose. Awesome to lose. Awesome to lose.
Everything is better when we stick together. Side by side, you and I gonna win forever. Let's party forever. We're the same, I'm like you, you're like me. We're all working in harmony. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of the team. Everything is awesome when we're living our dream.
Blue skies, bouncy springs. We just named 2 awesome things. A Nobel Prize, a piece of string. You know what's awesome? Everything. Dogs and fleas, allergies, a book of Greek antiquities, brand new pants, a very old vest. Awesome items are the best. Trees, drums, clogs, they're awesome. Rocks, clocks, and socks, they're awesome. Figs and jigs and twigs, that's awesome. Everything you see or think or say is awesome.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of the team.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The annual meeting will begin in 1 minute.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of the team. Everything is awesome when we're living our dream. Everything is better when we stick together. Side by side, you and I gonna win forever. Let's party forever. We're the same, I'm like you, you're like me. We're all working in harmony. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of the team. Everything is awesome when we're living our dream.
3, 2, 1, go. Have you heard the news? Everyone's talking. Life is good cause everything's awesome. Lost my job, it's a new opportunity. More free time for my awesome community. I feel more awesome than an awesome possum. Dip my body in chocolate frosting. 3 years later I shot the frosting. Smelling like a blossom, everything is awesome. Stepped in mud, got new brown shoes. It's awesome to win and it's awesome to lose. Awesome to lose. Awesome to lose.
The USBC Women's Bowling State Tournament returned to Caldwell for the first time in 25 years.
Some people bowl just for fun, but for others, it's more than that. KQ2's Chris Roush went down to the Southside Family Fun Center today to find out who is the best bowler in St. Joseph.
Some of the best bowlers from around the country are in Wichita for the PBA 2018 USA Championship.
A 12-year-old began bowling with her family just a couple of years ago, never imagining that she'd become a national champion. This neighborhood all-star made San Diego history after bringing home a bowling title in August.
Right now, and hey, looking for a place to cool off? How about the bowling alley? We think these kids have the right idea. But they're not just looking to cool off. These kids are among the best bowlers in the country. The Junior Gold Championship started on Monday in Dallas. More than 3,900 kids from all over the country are competing.
Well, almost 300 women are competing for the grand prize in the U.S. Bowling Congress State Tournament. The annual competition takes place over 3 weekends as the women compete in singles, doubles, and team events. And although it's a state tournament, the games are open to any USBC certified team with an established bowling average. And one team told KX News that the best part of the tournament is striking up conversation with other bowlers.
You don't have to be a great bowler because we normally aren't. And you get to meet new people and have fun. And that's what bowling should be. You know, it's not all about getting a strike. It's just about having a good time.
A local high school bowler has grabbed national attention with her performance. Union Endicott Ashley Cicerelli bowled a national record-setting series in the Section 4 Class A tournament. Our Virginia North caught up with the standout athlete to see what makes her game so good.
Almost everyone knows how to bowl, so Kate Seaford wasn't too nervous for this week's sports challenge.
But there is a twist. Kate's competition was recently named the best youth bowler in the world for January of 2019 by the United States Bowling Congress. So you can guess how this one went.
This week's sports challenge, I am in Weirton at the Holiday Lanes, and we're bowling. Obviously, I'm with my buddy Thomas. And you're pro bowler here at Holiday Lanes in Weirton, yeah? You're going to have to tell me a couple of your secrets, if that's okay.
Strike a lot.
Strike a lot. All right, easy enough. I'll just get a lot of strikes. 10 strikes in a row, perfect game.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the stage USBC President Carl Keelik and USBC Executive Director Chad Murphy.
Good morning. Woohoo! Welcome to the final day of the USBC annual meeting. Today we will conduct our official business, including voting for board positions and the legislation. Before we proceed, I'd like to invite one of the delegates appointed to verify the elections today to present the credential report. Please welcome Jeremy Dennis from Chattanooga area USBC.
If you'll turn to page 31 of your program book, I will update you on your credential report. We have 898 association delegates, 21 athlete delegates, 36 Hall of Fame members, 17 voting board of directors for a total voting strength of 972.
Thanks, Jeremy. Each year at this annual meeting, we salute a number of people who have achieved great things through their behind-the-scenes work for the betterment of bowling. Youth leadership is a critical piece in building a future for the sport. This morning, as we celebrate our Youth Award winners, I want to invite USBC Director and Youth Committee Chair Melissa McDaniel to the stage. Assisting with the presentation, USBC Vice President Karen Jost. Melissa?
This is that ice cold Michelle fight for that white gold. This one for them hood girls, them good girls, straight masterpiece.
I'm a little short, so it takes a minute to get this just right. Good morning, everyone. Are you guys having a great convention? Yeah, that's what we like to hear early in the morning. So if you've been to convention before, you'll hear me say this, but this is my favorite part because these are some amazing athletes and smart kids that you're getting ready to meet, and they have deserved every bit of this. So we're going to go ahead and get started. As we introduce our youth, I want to invite each of them to say a few words here on stage. So please welcome our first award winner, the USBC Female Youth Ambassador of the Year, Peyton Lee.
Good morning. I'm very honored to be here with you today. If you would have told me a year ago that I would have stood on the graduation stage in the top 10 of my class last night in Louisiana, and then be standing on the stage here today in Las Vegas accepting this award, I would have never believed you, but here I am. This is truly like a dream. I would like to thank USBC and the IBC Youth Committee for naming me the Youth Ambassador of the Year and honoring me with this award. I would like to thank my mom, Elizabeth Lee, for helping me get the bowling team at my high school started and for always being there for me. She has sacrificed so much for me, and I am very grateful that she is my mother. I would also like to thank my high school bowling coach, Buddy Kelch, my team members, and my league coach, Chris Floyd, for teaching me to live life one frame at a time and for making me into the bowler that I am today. Bowling has helped me develop many friendships and has opened many opportunities for me. I hope to continue to inspire today's youth in the future and help them develop the love that I have for this amazing sport. Maya Angelou said, "When you learn, teach. When you get, give." I want you to know that this award to me means that I will continue to strive to give back to the sport of bowling what it has given to me, so that I might even be more worthy of today's honor. Thank you.
Congratulations, Peyton. Our next award winner, the USBC Male Youth Ambassador of the Year, William Rivnak, was not able to make the trip here to Vegas. He did send along this video to share with everyone.
Good morning. I would like to begin by thanking the IBC Youth Committee and the USBC for choosing me as the Male Youth Ambassador this year. I was very surprised and honored to be selected to represent youth bowling. I would also like to say that I really wanted to join everyone in attendance at the conference this morning, but I am in my final week of classes for the semester at Ohio Northern, and I'm preparing for final exams. I want to thank my league coaches, Cindy Leach, Jim Shaw, Ron Hatfield, Julie Wells, and Blair Blumenscheid, who have helped me to enjoy the sport of bowling throughout my youth. I also want to thank Joe Diamond, Susie Smith, and everyone who volunteers with the Central Ohio USBC. I want to thank my mom and dad for giving me the opportunity to participate in leagues, tournaments, high school bowling, and junior gold. My dad first began teaching me how to bowl when I was about 7 years old. He has always been there to coach me and support me through both good games and games when I struggled in the tough sports shot condition. No matter where I bowled, my parents were always there to cheer me on. Finally, I want to say that I was thankful to be part of the Pickerington High School North bowling team coached by Michael Rossi that was only in its second year when I joined as a freshman. One of the best experiences of high school bowling was recruiting new bowlers for the team and helping them learn the skills they needed to enjoy the game and reach their goals. Initially, bowling was a club sport with only a boys team. By my senior year, the school board voted to make bowling a varsity sport. This year, both boys and girls teams competed during the 6th season of the team. Just like all of the adults who have shared their time and talent with me, I want to continue to help and encourage new youth bowlers to learn and enjoy the game. This award means a lot to me because bowling has always been a part of my life. Bowling helped me to make friends, meet new people, be a team player, learn sportsmanship, and earn scholarship money for college. Once again, I want to thank the IBC Youth Committee and the USBC for this award and for giving me the opportunity to represent and promote youth bowling.
Congratulations to William. Congratulations to William. And here to accept the award and bring it back to Ohio is Susie Smith from Central Ohio USBC.
All right, congratulations to William, and thank you, Susie, for accepting on his behalf. Now please welcome the David Doms Coach of the Year, Connie Emlich. No stool needed.
I know. I'm good, guys. I can see it. I just want to thank the nominating committee for this wonderful honor. It's definitely a total surprise and a wonderful thing to happen. I am going to be starting my 36th year of coaching at Sequoia Pro Bowl this year in the youth program, and it's just been such a pleasure to continue to do this. And at this time, I really would like to thank Susie Smith for everything that she did to make this day happen for me, because she's the one that knew everything to do. So thank you, everybody, so much.
Congratulations, Connie. Now please welcome the USBC Youth Volunteer of the Year, Lenny Higgins.
Morning, everyone. I'm also from Columbus, Ohio, Sequoia Pro Bowl. Thankful and grateful USBC board members and our local board members, Susie Smith and Peggy Schrappy, for nominating me for this award. You know, I'm from a family of 12. As I grew up as young, I pretty much stayed in the house as a hermit, never went outside much. But since then, I got involved with scouting when my youngest son got into scouting. Done 20 years with the scouting program, never camped before, never done any rappelling or anything like that before. And in the years, it was one of those rewarding things, just like bowling. Just seeing the kids grow, what they learn. I learned just as much as they did. They taught me, and I taught them. Very rewarding. Just like being the youth coach. You see these kids come in every Saturday, and they bowl, and they come to you, and they come running, just tell you what they done or show you what they done. And, you know, that's a great big award. And as far as pay, it's not the best paying, but it's the best rewarding pay. You know, when you see all those kids come, or when you see them out there like you folks are sitting, and they enjoy what you teach them, they work well with coaches, and that's a big paycheck to me. And I want to thank the USBC and everybody involved. So thank you very much.
All right, congratulations again, Lenny. Now for the USBC Annual Zeb Scholarship winner. It's an award named in honor of our good friend and champion of youth bowling, Jim Zebehazy. Just wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, here today to present this award, please welcome former Executive Director of YABA, Jim Zebehazy.
All right. Please welcome this year's winner, Alexander Kobus.
What the future holds after a hurricane comes a rainbow. Maybe a reason why all the doors are closed, so you could open one that leads you to the perfect road. Like a lightning bolt, your heart will glow, and when it's time, you'll know you just gotta ignite the light.
Morning. Let me start out by saying that the moment that I learned that I was selected for the 2019 Zeb Award was, to use a term from a previous presentation, a definite woohoo moment. I am very thankful for this award. I would like to thank the International Bowling Youth Campus Committee for selecting me for it. I would also like to thank my coaches, teachers, and the local Quad County bowling community for their support. I have always found that if I worked hard and applied myself, I could achieve the goals that I set for myself, including high grades and earning the Eagle Scout rank. When I was in elementary school, I participated in many sports. I did not find the same correlation between working hard in sports and achieving success. By middle school, I found that I was more average with my athletic talents, and that coaches were already recruiting top athletes. I found that I was not playing and ultimately looked for other avenues to apply myself. When I entered high school, I found that we had a bowling team. Our school also allowed bowlers to earn varsity letters. I was intrigued and I signed up. I thought that this would be yet another sport where I would join, learn the basics, and then find myself left behind. I was pleasantly surprised to learn that these expectations were wrong. Bowling embraces all levels of athletes, and I have received encouragement not only from my coaches and teammates, but from other teams' coaches and bowlers too. Everyone on the team has an opportunity to do their personal best and continue to improve. I have heard parents in our team comment that bowling is the first activity that their student has joined where everyone at every meet encourages them to do their best. No one is left feeling that they cannot play, and everyone has an opportunity to improve. Bowling is competitive, but it is also more than that. It is a community that supports athletes and encourages them to succeed. Our school, like many, has seen our team numbers increase then decrease as seniors graduate. At the beginning of last season, I led a campaign at my school that more than doubled our team size. The theme for this campaign was Everybody Bowls. We emphasized the fact that our team welcomes bowlers of all skill levels. This worked very well. We now have members who have never bowled and members who have bowled in youth leagues and have then returned to the sport. It was this theme of all-inclusiveness that drew everyone in, and it is the support from the entire bowling community that enables this inclusiveness and welcomes everyone. This award is a great honor. It inspires me to continue bowling, working hard academically, and giving back to my community. I hope to always be an ambassador for bowling. Thank you.
Congratulations, Alexander, and congratulations to all of our Youth Award winners.
Well, my name is Chad Pohas from Oahu, USBC. I was awarded the Young Delegate grant. It gives me an opportunity to network with people that we have the same goals and mission. For me, it's about building our youth programs because that's the future of our sport. And by building a youth program, it helps kids stay out of trouble, off the streets, gives them a chance to do what they love, and also earn an education.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chair of the USBC Awards and Recognition Committee, Joe Diamond.
Hello. I never remember the signal. Okay. As Melissa's favorite part is earlier, this is one of my favorite parts. And another Ohio winner. OH. Okay. That wasn't part of the script, but I'm sorry, Jason. I just couldn't resist. Time to meet the winner of our Proprietor of the Year from Dayton, Ohio, I've had the pleasure of working with this gentleman for many years, and please welcome Joe Polking from a lot of different centers in Dayton. Joe?
Thank you. I want to say I'm very honored. Thank you. And I was going to say, Joe stole my line because I was going to do the OH. There we go. First off, I'd like to thank the Ohio USBC and the Greater Dayton USBC for all their work and everything they do in getting us here. Also, I couldn't be here without the team, my staff, those individuals that put in the countless hours, day after day, week after week, to again, put us in a position to be able to serve our customers. And then finally, family. You know, I'm in a family business. My grandfather started back in 1940. My dad and his brothers were very involved in the business, as well as myself and several of my cousins, my sister, my daughter. So we are a family business, and for us, that's what it's about. It's about being that friendly, family, fun place to go. So I'd like to conclude by thanking my wife, my daughter, my son-in-law for coming out and supporting me in all these years. Thank you. Thank you all.
Next, we have our Helen Baker Award, and hopefully you've had some time to read the bios in remembering Helen Baker as one of the former WIBC presidents. And welcoming from Bryan, Texas, Kay Smith.
Good morning. I wrote this speech, but I don't think I'm going to read it. I'm going to do this from the heart. First, I want to thank USBC for honoring me with this prestigious award. I'm very humbled to be standing here. Then I would like to thank my local association, Bowling Family, Brazos Valley USBC, and my state bowling family, Texas State USBC, for sending in my name for this award. You know, we don't do this to get awards. We do it because we love it. At least I do. If I leave you with anything today, it would be please remember your youth. Give them the opportunity to be involved. Mentor them not only in the technique of the game, but in the governance of the sport. Instill in them the same passion you felt when you became involved. They are our future. And fond remembrances of accomplishment, friendships, and competition, they will become our future leaders. In closing, I want to thank my husband and my family. They have given countless hours of devotion, support, and patience, and done without me for a lot of things over the years. Thank you.
Our third award winner this morning, also named in honor of former WIBC President Joyce Deitch, from Texas also, El Paso. Carl, do you know this lady? Do you know this lady? I thought so. Patty Patterson from El Paso, Texas, the Joyce Deitch Award.
everyone. I'm sorry I'm a little croupy today. I just want to thank USBC for this nomination and selection to this prestigious award. I've been involved in several organizations throughout my bowling career. I didn't start till I was 21, but I had a lot of dealings with being secretary, having youth programs, and now we have a Lady Kegler International that I've been president of for about 26 years. We have a foundation that is in honor of my brother. We started it. It will be 8 years this year. And to date, we've actually raised $50,000 in scholarships for the youth bowlers. When we lost my brother, one of my other siblings and myself, we were ready to stop bowling. We were just devastated. And if it wasn't for my father, who's in the audience today, he told us, your brother would not want you to quit. You've got to keep going. So it took us a year, but we got the foundation started. But without all of our family and friends and all the bowling friends and bowling clubs, we wouldn't be where we are today. So I just want to say thank you to everyone. This is such an honor, and I really appreciate the award. Thank you.
Now, I also heard a rumor. Carl, was she your youth coach? Was she your youth bowling coach? Oh, great friend. Okay. Okay, now we've got new and improved coming up to recognize and celebrate the efforts of all the local associations in our country, in our wonderful, wonderful country. The committee, with the endorsement of the USBC board, has created a new award, and we have conveniently named it the USBC Association Excellence Award. And this is the first year, so we're going to have some kinks probably. I don't think the winners even know that they've won it. We try to keep it pretty quiet. It's going to be a surprise, hopefully, every year. And we're going to honor one association each year to start with. Down the road, it may be a few more. And all the award winners from the association will receive an award. They'll have an award to display in their association and a permanent award at USBC headquarters in Texas. So if I could have the envelope, please. Okay. And I've been working on this pronunciation since we decided to do this. And I apologize if I get it wrong. But from the state of Washington, Skagit Valley, USBC. Come on down.
Wow, thank you guys very much. It was definitely a surprise. I'm president of the Skagit Valley USBC. It's my first time as being president. I'm in my first term. And I just wanted to say that I'm going to go back quite a few years. I used to be the youth director for 2 of the centers in Skagit Valley. And then I left for Minnesota for 13 years. And when I left, we had the largest program in the state of Washington. And when I came back, the people that were on the board were the kids that were in my youth program. So I was very inspired because, yes. I was very inspired because they were also doing a lot of promoting and doing were just doing their first Learn to Bowl class. And the ones that were doing that were the coaches in my Learn to Bowl class when they were high school students. And so the reason I bring that up is because we're always talking about bringing new leadership into this program. And if you can utilize your kids in your youth programs to help teach the other kids and do things like that, that is going to create future leaders for this industry. So thank you guys very much. I appreciate it.
Okay, that's going to be a hard act for somebody to follow, but if you have a chance, look on their website, follow their Facebook page, and you might want to do that with several associations because we have a lot of deserving associations out there. Also, a reminder, the National Recognition Awards are generally due January 1, and I'm relatively sure that we have a whole lot of people in this room that are eligible for most of them. Not too many proprietors here, but you got a proprietor at home. So be sure and turn in some more applications for either the Helen Baker, the Proprietor of the Year, or the Joyce Deitch. And thank you.
My name is Elaine Faddis, and I am Vice President of the Idaho State USBC Association.
And I'm Jack Smetana, and I'm the President of the Idaho State USBC. Our goal during the merger process was primarily to have the league bowlers benefit from the merger without sensing any of the difficulties and not experience any negative impact.
Everybody is working really well together, and I honestly believe that the bowlers in Idaho have only seen benefit from the merge, that there's not been any non-benefits. They've all only seen the good.
We had already opened channels of communications. We had forged good relationships, and it made the merger process go well for us.
Continuing with our awards presentations, I'd like to welcome IBC Youth Committee members Mike Cannington and Chrissy Kent for the Alberta E. Crow and Chuck Hall Star of Tomorrow presentations.
This shit that ice cold, Michelle fight for that white gold. This one for them hood girls, them good girls, straight masterpieces.
Good morning. The Alberta E. Crow and Chuck Hall Star of Tomorrow Awards are named after two leaders who worked to increase opportunities for youth bowlers. As the president of the Women's International Bowling Congress from 1960 to 1981, Alberta E. Crow was instrumental in the administration of the American Junior Bowling Congress.
Chuck Hall was the executive director of youth bowling from 1962 to 1985. First for the AJBC and later the Young American Bowling Alliance. The Star of Tomorrow Award recognizes bowling's young female and male bowlers for their distinguished bowling performance, academic achievement, extracurricular activities, and community involvement. In addition to their honorary titles and trophies, the Stars of Tomorrow recipients receive $6,000 in scholarship funds. Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? At this time, we'd like to introduce the first of our award recipients.
Mabel Cummins of Elburn, Illinois, is a senior at Kaneland High School, where she holds a 4.12 grade point average and ranks in the top of 10 of her class. Mabel started bowling at a young age and credits the generosity of local coaches and proprietors in helping her encourage and growth in the sport. She found success nationally at age 13, winning a singles title at the Youth Open Championships. 2 years later, she won the U15 division at Junior Gold, which earned her a spot on the Junior Team USA National Developmental Team. Once on the USA program, Mabel really caught fire. Last year, she shot 300 not once, but twice at Team USA trials. Then, as a member of Junior Team USA, she helped lead the team to gold medals at the World Championship. Just last month, she represented Team USA at the World Bowling Junior Championships in Paris, bringing home the gold in doubles. Off the lanes. Absolutely, go ahead. Off the lanes, she's involved as a youth leader in her state association and won all state awards as the choir soloist. This fall, she will continue her bowling career and her studies at NCAA powerhouse Vanderbilt, where she will study in biomedical engineering. I don't know. For all of her accomplishments on and off the lanes, we honor Mabel Cummins as the 2019 recipient of the Alberta ECRO Star of Tomorrow Award.
It's an incredible honor to be selected for the Alberta ECRO Star of Tomorrow Scholarship by the United States Bowling Congress. I'm truly humbled to be associated with the remarkable women who've received this award in the past. Many were great athletes and scholars or civic leaders, and a few have become female icons in the sport of bowling. Some of the recent stars, such as Josie Ernest, Deandra Asbady, and Missy Billender-Parkin, were my heroes as a child, and they are my role models as a young adult. They have committed their lives to bowling, and they have impacted our sport in such a profound way that I'm overwhelmed by the thought of living up to their accomplishments. They've inspired thousands of young girls to strive for greatness in academics and athletics, and they have motivated me to dream and achieve beyond any level that I would have thought possible. But they have provided more than incentive and purpose. They have given me great responsibility, and that is to influence the growth of our awesome sport and to inspire the next generation of bowlers, because they are the future. For many years, I've watched people who love the game dedicate their time and energy to support the success of young bowlers like me. From the tireless volunteers to the generous proprietors and selflessly devoted coaches, not to mention the many professional bowlers who give back constantly to the sport that gave so generously to them. These individuals commit a large part of their lives to a cherished cause, and they make extraordinary efforts to help bowling thrive, or at least survive, in their communities. But I'm here to tell you that that effort alone is not enough. We can't keep doing the same things that we've always done if we want to attract young people to the sport of bowling in the future. There's simply too much competition for the time and interests of today's youth, and the ways that bowling was promoted in the past do not appeal to kids now. 2 years ago, when I stood before you in this very same room as the National Youth Ambassador, I made a commitment to grow the sport of bowling through the youth in America. And since that moment, I've tried to emulate those who have been most successful in their endeavor. I've leveraged my position and my prominence to highlight all of the great things about bowling in local leagues and clinics, in regional and national tournaments, and even in world-level competitions. But what I've discovered during the process is more important than what I've done. I've learned that we must get smarter about how we promote bowling if we expect the next generation to become interested in the game that we all love. No longer can we depend on the popularity or the benefits that come from bowling, because they won't overcome the allure that other activities available to youth in our high-tech culture. Instead, we must expose young people to the unique exhilaration and excitement of bowling with their friends and their social groups. And we must help them enjoy the pure pleasure of learning to do it better, so they will remember that feeling and want to experience it again. The USBC is exploring ways to increase the youth appeal of our sport, and they've created some outstanding programs to attract new bowlers. But they won't be successful unless you and I implement them in our local chapters. Every boy and girl deserves the chance to develop physically and mentally, and make great friends and have fun at the same time, just as I have through the sport of bowling. I ask you now to help me provide that opportunity. Actively promote the new youth initiatives. Be creative and persistent in your outreach to young people, and learn to use social media effectively, because that's how you will engage them and influence them to make bowling a regular part of their lives. Together, with strategic, diligent effort and generosity born from a genuine passion of our game, I know that we can ensure the future of our sport. Thank you.
Mabel, you can have my seat on the youth committee. My God, that's unbelievable. I was impressed by 2-300s. My God, that speech. Now for, sorry, I ad-lib a little. Now for our Chuck Hall Star of Tomorrow. If you were here last year, this face is going to look very familiar. Trace Nuss of Tampa, Florida, is a senior at Jesuit High School, where he holds a 4.52. Yeah, a 4.52 grade point average. His transcript's always not even an A-. Crazy. Trace started bowling at the age of 11 and picked things up right away, averaging 200 in his first two tournaments, or his first tournament. His local coaches said he needed to learn to bowl the right way because, of course, he was bowling two-handed. And he changed to one-handed. It all worked out well for Trace. He went on to a solid career, leading his high school team to the state finals. He has a 300 game to his credit and averages over 207. But it's Trace Lane's work off the lanes that stand out even more. He is passionate and dedicated to the Superstars of Tampa, a league of nearly 100 bowlers with developmental disabilities. Trace volunteers as a coach year-round with the Superstars and also with Special Olympics. His efforts caught the eye of the Tampa Bay Lightning, the NHL team, who recognized Trace as their community hero, including a $25,000 grant for the Superstars and Special Olympics. Yeah. This fall, Mr. 4.52 will attend Princeton University. For his excellence and accomplishments on the lanes and off, we're proud to recognize Trace Nuss as the 2019 Chuck Hall Star of Tomorrow.
Thank you. I still can't believe I'm here again this year. Yesterday may have been the first day of the rest of my life. I committed to Princeton University. I didn't think a hat or jersey would be appropriate attire this morning, so I'm wearing my Princeton tie. Because I said I would. Wow. Think about that statement for just a moment. That's exactly what I did as I glanced at an article waiting for my plane to take off after last year's convention. It seems like yesterday. Because I said I would. Exactly what does this statement mean? Think about how far-reaching these 5 words are. What? Keep your promises? Make good on your word? Set goals and work to achieve them. Far too often in life, people don't do that. They are less than reliable. They don't do what they said they would. They don't keep their promises. I'm a procrastinator, but that's on me. Give me a deadline, and I'll meet it. Why? Because I said I would. If more people would just keep their word, the world would be a much better place. Things would run seamlessly. Thank you today to all the Hall of Famers who blazed the trail long before me, and thank you to each and every volunteer and parent who donates countless hours of their time and talents to make programs like these a possibility. And thank you to the Kids Bowl Free program. You kept your word, and in doing so inspired me and thousands of young people just like me to do the same. Honesty, dependability, diligence, perseverance, these are all components needed to develop a strong character. Learning to keep your word is the first step. Strong character is the foundation of strong leaders. bowling laid the foundation for me, changing not only my life, but the lives of hundreds of athletes who I've been fortunate enough to befriend and coach during the past 4 years. As students, we strive to follow a path that will lead us to success. My path has been bowling. Each year, thousands of youth are given the opportunity to better themselves in our world through participation in the sport of bowling. Through bowling, we learn to set goals for ourselves so we can follow that path that leads to success. Developing character, preparing for useful citizenship, and fostering good sportsmanship are some of those goals. Thank you for allowing us to be the future of the sport. I am humbled and honored to be recognized today. My path may be slightly different than my predecessors to this award. Yes, I eat left-handed and hate 10 pins, especially that one last Saturday in the 9th frame that gave me a 279 game. But I digress. I'm always seeking a repeat of perfection, but like many of you, I spend much more of my time sharing my love for the sport of others. Throughout the course of a lifetime, there are many events that impact us in the directions we follow. I was blessed to bowl my first 300 game and the first in our school's history on the opening day of our season 4 years ago. As a freshman, a few things happened that day. One, I will forever be known as the bowling guy at my high school. And most important, I met the Superstars, an amazing group of special athletes and friends. Sharing their infectious enthusiasm and never give up attitude directly changed my life. I've been with them every Saturday since that fateful day we met. I am their league coordinator, cheerleader, coach, and friend. I also coach and partner with them through Special Olympics year-round. I'm still not sure if it's my mastery of the waffle machines at Hampton Inns or the perfecting the perfect ratio of syrup to butter that has cemented my status as their favorite coach. My athletes teach me that no matter the obstacle, dig deep and find a creative solution to overcome it. I did that a few months ago. Meeting parents and athletes at events throughout the area who were looking for a recreational program for their children, I began to seek ways to expand our Superstars program to bowling centers throughout the Tampa Bay area. I am proud that after writing a 20-page grant proposal and compiling 4 years of finances, I secured a grant of $25,000 from the NHL Tampa Bay Lightning Foundation to expand and promote the sport of bowling for athletes affected by cognitive and developmental disabilities throughout Florida. I made a promise and kept it. Now, Princeton doesn't have a bowling team. That's my next obstacle. Hopefully, part of my legacy will be establishing the Ivy League League. In addition to mastering our skills on the lanes, we'll use our mastery of persuasion and debate to convince the IOC to make bowling the next addition to the games. I know I used the same quote last year, but it really is one of my favorites, and since Junior Gold is in Detroit this year, it only seems appropriate. Henry Ford once said, "The only true test of values, either of men or of things, is that of their ability to make the world a better place." I ask you to continue to live a life of service. Make every day significant. Know that you, as an individual, can make a difference in the world. Accept my challenge today. Make a promise to forever believe in the positive changes you want to make happen in this world, and keep it. When someone asks why, you have the answer. Because I said I would.
I think the future of our sport's in some pretty good hands, don't you? Thank you.
My name is Michael Shirley from Central Arkansas USBC.
And I'm Debbie Kent from Central Arkansas USBC.
We're here just to say, the mergers haven't been easy, learning new ways to do the same thing.
And yes, we've had our bumps and bruises. We've had some falling along the way, but we've developed new ways to go forward in a positive direction. And I think we're bringing the great things to the bowlers and to the membership.
Was that fun or what? We always enjoy those speeches. The kids are incredible. It's a lot of process, obviously, through our volunteers in selecting the winners, but it's just amazing what they choose and what they do. So please give a round of applause to the IBC Youth Committee and everybody involved. I want to thank Chrissy and Mike for leading. It's no surprise Mike's trying to shuck his responsibilities by giving his youth committee seat away there. I don't think anybody's surprised about that. I'd like to welcome to the stage Carl Kielick for his president's report.
All right, I gotta get the right page here. First of all, how about another round of applause for all of our wonderful award winners? They are an absolutely amazing group of leaders, and with our youth, I cannot wait to see what they accomplish in the future. It has been a humbling and sometimes an overwhelming first year as your president. I am extremely thankful for Frank Wilkinson's leadership and mentorship and guidance. I'm also incredibly grateful for all of you for providing me constant support. I can't tell you how much a welcoming smile and a handshake from a USBC member means to me. Your USBC Board of Directors has continued to look for ways to say yes and deliver the experiences and resources that our members want and our associations need. We were willing to say yes and take a chance in adding the standard division to the Open Championships. We were willing to say yes and invest in our associations with the creation of the Association Leadership Academy. These are just a couple of the examples. This delegation has told us with your votes of confidence in the past few years that you want USBC to evolve, improve, and invest in the future of bowling. You want us to say yes more often. Saying yes means taking risks. It means things change. We don't always agree. We never have a vote go 100%, yes or no. And not every decision or program from USBC is perfect. Mistakes are made. That's okay. Life is not perfect, and we should not hold others to any higher standards than we hold ourselves, and we do all make mistakes. But now more than ever in our industry, everyone in this room at all levels, locally to nationally, we trust each other that all of our intent is to do what is best for bowling. I truly appreciate your trust and know that you have mine. You may not know that I began serving locally on my association board almost 25 years ago. Back then, I was a young, cocky kid who thought he might be good enough to bowl on tour. I had lots of opinions without knowing many facts. Too bad Facebook didn't exist back then. That would have fit right in. Fortunately, our local association president, Dave Gossett, there in El Paso, looked at this young kid full of attitude, took me with a grain of salt, and welcomed me in. Once involved with my local, my eyes were opened to a much larger world and the volunteers who make this sport so phenomenal. Fast forward about 15 years, and I sat as part of this delegation and wondered, could I contribute nationally? I joined the USBC board, and it was a dream come true. 2 years later, the delegation did not re-elect me. As a group, we had not turned the corner yet in terms of wanting to say yes and trusting. Needless to say, yes, it was an emotional time for me, for those that you remember. and it was quite tempting to quit and be angry. But I realized that being on the losing side of a vote can be an opportunity. I know many of you have experienced the pain of a vote not going your way too. It is very difficult. I still have an unrelenting love for the sport and an absolute belief in USBC. That love is more powerful than any one vote. That's why I continue to serve at the local level, and this delegation believed in me and elected me back to the board 2 more times, and now I'm honored to stand here before you as your president. I share my story as a reminder to welcome the brash young bowlers into your association. The next generation needs your mentorship. I also tell the story as an appeal to accept losses and mistakes without holding a grudge or working against others. Serving, engaging, and encouraging others who share a love for bowling will almost always work out the best. Your USBC Board of Directors continues to look towards the future. Safety for our youth members is paramount. The Registered Volunteer Program has been expanded to include online safe sport. We continue to invest in a technological future, be proactive with equipment specifications, and seek new revenue streams. We also understand that our constituents want transparency. This year, the board started publishing our board minutes on bowl.com. Our board actions have never been a secret. We just needed to revise our processes to share the board actions without violating partner confidentiality. We are pleased to say now all actions of the board looking back 3 years are online. Another example of finding a way to say yes. In July, we will say goodbye to several of our leaders, and I want to take a moment to say thank you, and I hope you'll join me. Jeff Ussery, you have been a unique and needed voice in the room. You're always able to provide a different perspective for us, and I certainly wish you the very best in your future and your business. Bill O'Neill provided tremendous value as one of our athlete representatives. Your hard work and dedication, both on the lanes and with us, was appreciated, and we are going to miss you. Mark Martin filled some very big shoes and did it with excellence, chairing our legal and policy committees. And Frank Wilkinson's leadership, enthusiasm, and vision are and will be an inspiration for years to come. You've been an unbelievable mentor. I want to thank you all for your leadership and your contributions. This year, we celebrate the coming together as a single organization at all levels. It is always amazing to see how much we work together, and really, we always have, despite coming from different groups named with different letters from the alphabet. We are an amazing community. If anyone were ever to doubt what a great community bowling is and how much of an impact we make together, all anyone has to do is look at what we do to help each other. We raise millions of dollars annually supporting BVL, Susan G. Komen, our Hall of Fame. And as we all know, we always help our fellow bowling friends back at home. This community comes together and does some amazing things. Please give yourself a round of applause. Everyone in this room sacrifices your time and energy for something you believe in. Your family allows you to give your time so that you can make a difference in something you believe in. Thank you to you and your families. At its very core, the most basic reason why we choose to get involved is that we have a love for this sport. We have a desire to have others experience all the joy that we have experienced. We want to give the gifts bowling offers to generations to come. Don't we all enjoy and want to see the excitement of a child that gets at strike? The thrill of meeting those who inspire them. The smiles and tears that come with accomplishment. Or simply the wonder of watching them dream of what tomorrow could be. It's all about the future, and we have accepted the responsibility to ensure that our future is strong for the future generations. As you may have figured out from the pictures, I have a very personal reason for looking to the future.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here. We can take a break.
Just as many of you were introduced to bowling through a family member or a friend, my dad gave me the gift of bowling more than 30 years ago. And today, my daughter Chloe now enjoys that gift. I grew up with a passion as a competitor on the lanes, and with those days mostly behind me, today I wear a new hat and serve with a passion. I serve with a passion of paying it forward to the next generation, and I know you share the passion too. Thank you again. I would now like to invite Kathy DeSocio, Chair of our Strategic Planning Committee, to give her committee's report.
Good morning. So I get the lovely task of talking to you about strategic planning, which I'm sure most of you are going about now. Ooh, maybe I should take that bathroom break. So feel free to do so if you want. Strategic planning, though, is one of the most important things a board can do. The job of the strategic plan, it serves as a focus for USBC to put all their energy, resources, and talents toward a plan. And it allows Chad and his staff then to create business plans that will stay in task with the plan, the strategic plan that the board has set. One of my very favorite quotes is from Alice in Wonderland, and it's when Alice is having that conversation with the Cheshire Cat, when he says to her, "If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there." And that is very true, and that is why we do the strategic plan. Most of you received in your packet the new copy of the strategic plan. There are only a couple things that are different this year than in the past. We added a section under strategic priorities that's called athlete development. When we started looking at where we were putting time and resources, and as you have seen over the course of yesterday and today, we do a lot of athlete development. And so we felt it was important to list this as a strategic priority. We also changed the last one, youth development, and we added youth program development, because that's really what we do. We develop programs for the youth. And then on the other side, where we put our core values, we put in a new section that also relates to the strategic priorities. And it is promote, support, and develop athletes across all levels. And so what I'd like to do now is have them show you the different ways, as they're showing you on the screen now, these are the different programs that go through and actually tie back to all of those strategic initiatives. We do a very poor job sometime of showing you all of the things that we really do for that $13 membership, but these are some of them. And some of them are new this year. The U15 development team is a good way for young athletes to have an opportunity that didn't quite make Junior Team USA, but it gives them an opportunity to learn and develop into those athletes that will hopefully have an opportunity to make it in the future. We're doing all of the marketing materials that you guys have access to that are wonderful, high quality level materials. There's just all kinds of things that we are doing to increase the membership value for everyone. The Earl is one of the very favorite things in research and development. And, you know, Earl replaced Harry, I think. Harry was the robot before Earl. And it's just, they do so many fascinating things there. And then, as some of the others have mentioned, technology and data services are tremendously important in this era. I think Mabel mentioned it as well. If we're going to actually talk to youth and get out there, we need to increase our ability with technology. And whether it's through the associations, whether it's helping you do all the things that you already do, that's one of the areas that we're focusing on. So. And then lastly, the youth development program. And this is my favorite area, is some of the in-school bowling education. That is an unbelievable program, but right up there with USA Bowling and Junior Gold. So those are the things that we are doing programmatically, I think that's a word, that tie back to the strategic plan. And if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. I know this wasn't the most exciting presentation of the day, but I thank you for your patience and listening. Thanks.
I'm Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I'm the president of Piedmont USBC Association, and this is
Patricia Holliday. I am the association manager for Piedmont USBC.
So our success story is about attending the USBC Leadership Academy on last year. The academy and the people that were there, they taught us a lot of things. David Fields and Richard, they were just wonderful in making sure that I had the tools to take back to my group to be a successful president.
I feel like we are a success story because we have increased our bowlers and we have increased the participation in our tournaments, and also that we've developed a better relationship with the bowlers and the proprietors. Piedmont is up and coming. We're not quite where we want to be, but we definitely gonna get there.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome IBC Youth Chair Melissa McDaniel and IBC Youth Managing Director Gary Brown.
Good morning, everyone. Jason, you're going to have to push it. It's an honor to be here today with you. I thank you for taking the time from your schedule to come to the USBC convention. It's been an amazing year for youth bowling, and for me personally, it's just such an honor to present in front of Jim Zabehazy, who was a strong mentor of mine when I came to bowling headquarters 20 years ago.
The most important part of any organization is a solid strategic plan. The strategic plan allows the IBC Youth Department to plan future goals and objectives. This past year's members of the BPAA Board, USBC Board, and IBC Youth Committee came to Arlington to create a new strategic plan with a brand new look for the IBC Youth Department. This new vision and mission will serve as our guide for years to come.
Bowling is the #1 destination for birthday parties for ages 12 and under, and we've continued to build awareness of these events through increased focus through the Bowlopolis brand. Around 200 centers around the country use the Bolopolis brand for party supplies. Also, last year we started the new program with the kit upgrades for youth membership. Over 2,267 centers received 22,512 kits provided by the IBC Youth Department for free. A new partnership was formed with Party Direct, and they are now our continued party suppliers, and we'd like to thank them for the continued support.
We continue to invest in the Bowlers Ed brand, which introduces bowling to children through physical education classes in their schools. We delivered 4,317 curriculums this year, and since 2005, more than 84,000 have been delivered to schools. Bowlers Ed was visible at more than 30 events nationwide, including regional and national SHAPE conferences, including community events and multiple others through local partnerships. The grant program had record participation and distribution this year. There were 56 applications, and we awarded 46 grants in 2018, 17 states, and introducing bowling to more than 100,000 kids. Varsity high school bowling continues to grow more than 60,000 athletes in 2017 and 2018. That is a 6% increase in participants over last year, making it the single largest percentage growth in a decade. We focus on pushing more states toward varsity and continue to support the club states as well. There are 27 club and 22 varsity states plus DC, with Alabama joining the varsity space this year. We continue to be a resource to all states and welcome anyone who is looking forward to go to a club or varsity as we provide support to help accomplish the goals of the state.
USBC Collegiate set another record last year with 221 schools and over 3,800 members. This brand once again saw more than 145 tournaments and 150,000 games at the local level. The Intercollegiate Singles Championships exceeded expectations, and we took over 1,271 entries through the new portal that you guys heard about this week. We'd also like to thank the Dayton Bowling Association and Joe Polking at Polking Lane South for being great hosts for this event this year.
For youth bowling coaches, volunteers, or parents of children involved in the sport, USA Bowling provides free coaching seminars designed to teach basic bowling and coaching skills. Last year, we were able to host 55 seminars around the country with 1,077 participants. We would like to remind all of you, because of your membership with BPAA, you can go online and apply for one of the 50 free seminars each year.
In 2018, we hired a USA Bowling Development Manager to work with other centers and associations who are interested in launching the USA Youth Leagues in their local market. With this program, we took a more hands-on approach to assist these centers and associations to plan the program over a 90-day period. During this time, our development manager would make an initial site visit to assess the market and coordinate a game plan with the management staff. Then we would use our local team to assist with the creation of flyers, market materials, and social media needs. The relaunch of this program created 7 new leagues and a total of 125 bowlers at the local market. The success of this program has led us to expanding the program into additional markets this year.
This next one's really cool. If you haven't been able to witness a USA regional event in your bowling centers, I encourage you all to go do it. It is something simply amazing to watch these U12 and U15 kids compete. Last season was a successful one for the USA Bowling program. The program continues to show growth each year, with last year showing an increase in teams and participants in the 16 regions. The champions of each of these regions came to Dallas and competed in the USA Bowling National Championships, which was aired on CBS Sports Network. Nothing better than watching kids bowl on television. We are pleased to announce that Sixlets has come on board to sponsor this event for the upcoming season. Speaking of last summer in Dallas, what an amazing junior gold we had.
Junior Gold Live, the trade show, Dallas, Texas. We're in the DFW area. Appreciate everyone tuning in.
Arlington, Texas on CBS Sports Network. Junior Gold Bowling is coming your way.
I really just wanted to make my family very proud and to do the best that I could. It was hard to imagine how far I came.
For the U12 Junior Gold Girls Championship. 10 back!
Just thinking it's not over yet, it's not over yet. Like, just keep fighting for it. I feel really happy for myself.
Needs a mark, good fill for the championship. There's the mark!
I busted it out crying and hugged her. I'm happy.
I still can't believe it. Really, really excited and proud that I finally did it.
What do you say, young man? Need a strike. There's a strike. He comes through. Silas Lira from Tampa.
Very happy and very proud of myself for being this far in this huge tournament.
Looking for a title, needs a mark, has a strike, has a championship. Julia Huron has won the 2018 Junior Gold U20 Girls Championship in Arlington.
It's kind of like surreal. Like, you don't go in saying, I'm going to win. You go in saying, I'm going to do the best I can, and if that's winning, that's winning.
How about the front nine, Anthony? Yes! And there's the emotion.
Emotional, like always. I just told myself I needed to keep it under control until the match was over. And once it was over, it didn't matter as much anymore to me.
Gives you chills.
The Junior Gold Championships continues to amaze with another record-breaking year. The buy-in from the local centers and community is evident with over 600 centers conducting nearly 1,900 competitions around the country. This amazing support from the local market compiled with 3,832 competitors on the lanes, which ended with the television finals on CBS Sports Network. Over the last several years, research we've done showed about half the bowlers in the U20 division were eligible for the U17 division. Based on this data, we launched the new U17 division being introduced. Junior Gold has now turned in more than just a tournament. We have placed a major focus on marketing this tournament to more than an experience. Last year, the opening ceremonies, we brought over 7,000 people into the American Airlines Center, which is where the Dallas Stars and Dallas Mavericks play. It was quite a sight to see over 7,000 individuals and families in this arena for the opening ceremonies. The registration just a few years ago was inside of a hotel. Last year, we had over 100,000 square feet of space and had over 10,000 attendees during the trade show. We'd also like to thank Ebonite for their sponsorship of the event.
The Pepsi tournament had a tremendous season. It continues to be the largest bowling tournament in the country. This tournament is conducted in all 50 states and has nearly 25,000 competitors at the local level. This event paid out over $600,000 in scholarships last season. We would like to thank Pepsi and Strike 10 for their continued support of this fantastic program.
The Bowling.com Youth Open Championship is open to all USBC youth members. It's a non-qualifying event, which means they don't have any type of certain average or qualify from a local or state event. Simply put, any USBC youth member is available to bowl. Last season, we had over nearly 1,200 participants who competed for $90,000 in scholarships. We'd like to thank Bowling.com for their continued support of the Youth Open Championships. If I could get the youth committee to please stand.
We're all the way in the corner over there.
Yeah. Obviously, on behalf of the IBC Youth Department, we thank them for their leadership, their support, and their knowledge that they provide us to continue with our strategic plan and our initiatives as we move forward. I would also like to say special thanks to Randy Thompson, Carl Keelik, Frank DeSocio, Chad Murphy, the USBC board and the BPA board, and of course my sidekick over here, Melissa McDaniel, who's been with me all along the way for your continued support of youth bowling. Thank you all and have a great day.
Thank you.
My name is Zachary Harvey. I'm the director on Central New Mexico USBC.
To me, it's important for young people to be involved or help or volunteer their time on the board. It shows what fun it is. It gets people out there to meet new people, make new friends, and you get a chance to come out to the national convention. This is my first year coming out here, and it's a blast so far. I'm enjoying it. I love volunteering my time and showing the youth bowlers how much fun it could be.
If you wouldn't mind, real quick, I'm going to go through a quick series of exercise here. If you would mind, repeat after me with the word growing. Bowler's Ed. USA Bowling for the little kids. Our tournaments. High school bowling. Collegiate. All growing. Think about that. It's incredible when you think about it. Congrats to these folks. Thanks, everybody at the IBC Youth Committee. Everybody having fun this morning? Pretty good so far? I'm going to ask my staff to join me on stage. We got 2 more speeches, and then we have a very, very special presentation. So if I could have my staff real quick join us on stage. And again, we asked for volunteers, so we probably won't get all of them on stage. And you'll know why not everyone is going to join me on stage in just a second. Contrary to popular belief, nobody's getting fired because they don't participate. All right, baby. All right, just like last year, we're going to take a little break, have a little fun. Everybody, please, on your feet, stretch out a little bit. Cue the music.
It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. They have everything for your men to enjoy. You can hang out with all the boys. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. You can get yourself clean. You can have a good meal. You can do whatever you feel. Young man, are you listening to me? I said, young man, what do you want to be? I said, young man, you can make real your dreams.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for being a good sport about that. We appreciate it. I say this every year when we get to this point. It's just such a pleasure to be able to be a part of this great association, have a wonderful staff. Some of you will remember, but when I got named interim executive director and then eventually went through the process and accepted the position, one of the first things I did was ask Jason Overstreet to help this association out, help me out, help our staff out, help the board out by becoming our deputy executive director. And so I'd like to welcome to the stage your deputy executive director, Jason Overstreet, for the first half of the executive director report.
Appreciate it, Chad. It's tough to follow YMCA, but it's going to be fun. It's great to see everyone who's having a good time enjoying convention here in Las Vegas, and we can really see that everyone is embracing this year's theme of forging our future together. You can feel the energy in all the education sessions and here in the annual meeting as well, that common passion that we have for the sport of bowling. As a national staff, we take great pride in giving you, our association leaders, the tools that you need to be successful. We certainly know that for USBC, serving our membership in a quality way all starts with you at the grassroots level. The progress in our primary areas of focus in the last year should give you reason to celebrate. Support for these same priorities across the organization are important for everyone. We talk about them regularly, but I want to remind you of where our focus is. Youth development, championship tournaments, technology, membership value, and marketing. You heard Gary and Melissa just now talk about some of the great things that have been happening on the youth side, so I'm going to start with updating a little bit about our championship tournaments. Many of you know that we created a bit of a stir with some of the changes at the Open Championships in the past years. If there's one thing that tournament managers out there I think all know well, and that's that if you make a change in a rule, you're going to hear about it from somebody, right? That's why it's tough to make changes. It is a lot easier to just kind of keep on doing what you did last year, don't rock the boat, but bowlers had asked us to make changes, to make improvements, to adjust the division structure for more equitable competition. And after doing the research, we made the change. Now, in 2019 in Las Vegas, you see the results. 10,500 teams at South Point, larger than our last visit to Las Vegas. Very impressive, and the highest team count since 2012. We surveyed our bowlers, and the data confirmed this too. The vast majority of them are good with the changes that have been made at the Open Championships. Overwhelmingly positive. They also told us, though, they wanted some other changes, that squad times could be improved. So next year, in 2020, we've revised the squad times to allow for more bowlers to have their preferred slots at the Open Championships. Speaking of 2020 in Reno, the Open Championships head back to the National Bowling Stadium, and there's going to be a whole new look for everyone to enjoy. The stadium is currently under renovation, a multi-million-dollar facelift. It's going to be a total overhaul of the fourth floor where the bowling area is. This includes removal of the grandstands to allow for more space for bowling balls, a larger settee area. I thought that might get some applause. New seating fixtures as well as carpet. It is a complete makeover. Everyone should know that Reno is investing in bowling. Their commitment is strong and continuing. So we certainly look forward to seeing those renovations and some excellent team numbers in 2020. You may have heard some other exciting news related to the Open Championships. A new location coming ahead, Houston 2022. Houston is building a brand new sports facility, and our USBC Open Championships will be the first event there. Can you see a theme starting? We have a custom facility here in Las Vegas at South Point. Millions in renovations in Reno. Brand new facility in Houston. We have major cities across the country that are providing state-of-the-art venues for our USBC championships. It's something we should all applaud and celebrate. On the women's championship side, this is certainly a really exciting and special year. We are celebrating the 100th anniversary of the USBC Women's Championships. This historic tournament is already underway in Wichita with 4,200 plus teams participating. We've celebrated these women's championships leading up to it in a big way. I don't know how many of you have seen it, but we produced a series of 100 videos commemorating the event, and we want to share some of the highlights with you today.
I can't imagine how I'm going to feel when I get there. My heart's bursting just even thinking about it. I wouldn't have done all the things that we've done had I not gone to the tournaments. It's the most wonderful thing in the world.
Not one of us is a professional bowler. Not one of us is a bowler that's out there practicing 4 or 5 days a week. You can enjoy bowling, you can be competitive, be successful, as long as you're enjoying who you're doing it with and you've got a passion for it. Not a passion for just the game, but a passion for your teammates.
My favorite part by far is being able to let loose and have a good time with my girlfriends, my best friends. That is absolutely by far my favorite part. And you bowl well at the same time, that's helpful.
We weren't always the best bowlers, but I think the friendships and the camaraderie and the chemistry that we had on the lanes is what made those titles for us. The support that we had from each other and love that we have for each other is priceless.
It's nice to be part of history. It's something that you can celebrate and be proud of.
It's huge. It's an honor, and all the things that have happened over those 100 years, to know that we are going to be a part of that and what we've accomplished, it's a huge honor. Absolutely wonderful.
I never dreamt I'd make 50 years. I can't preach enough. Go to the Nationals. Start somewhere. Start in Wichita. Put your pains aside and get out there and do whatever it is that you can do to participate. Whether you got a 108 average or a 208 average. Do it. Do it.
Next year, the Women's Championships comes back here to Las Vegas before heading to Chicago in 2021. You can see from the graphics on the screen that we have some fantastic host cities ahead for both the Open and Women's Championships. A lot to celebrate. Growth, new host cities, new and improved venues. Some excitement ahead for sure. Now as we transition to talking about another major priority for USBC, and that is technology. With association mergers now complete, all of our associations are running on the new WinLabs 12 software. USBC's online registration software system is expanded to include the USBC Youth Open Championships. We've been pleased to stabilize and improve the infrastructure of Bowl.com. You'll notice that Find a Member is up and running virtually all the time now with improved stability. We have more than 2 million users of this site, so making sure that that was up and available for you when you need it has certainly been a focus of our team. You may also have noticed a common login called the USBC Community Login. It's used currently for registration, for example. Over time, this is going to be your one single login for USBC applications. Because we know that there have been issues with passwords and logins, balancing them all as a challenge, and so we are working towards a solution and improving this for you. USBC's marketing team is staying on the leading edge with a focus on digital media and video. We've also produced 17 television events in the past year in collaboration with CBS Sports Network, and those shows re-aired about 100 times on CBS Sports Network, giving incredible exposure for our sport. We've also announced an expanded partnership with the PBA Tour to include the USBC Masters and US Open as part of the PBA Tour schedule on Fox Sports. We want to give a big thanks to Tom Clark, the CEO of the PBA, for his continued support of USBC and our programs. You may not know that USBC's social media reach is tracked by the United States Olympic Committee. It's one of the things they look at for all the sports and compares how we do with other major sports organizations. Good news to report here. We are an extremely high performer with 4.7 million interactions on social media in 2018. You see, USBC is ranked there alongside Olympic sports like track and field and skiing, along with major professional sports franchises. I want to especially thank our digital media team, including Jason Thomas, Matt Carazaro, Aaron Smith, and Emil Williams for their incredible work in this area. Earlier this year, USBC launched BowlTV.com, a new premium video platform and home to hours of fantastic content. Let's take a look.
Class for Jose, and now big 9-frame shot. Get out of there.
Look at that. Great shots there by Josie.
Trying to jump on this opportunity. Looking for 3 in a row for the Midwest team. Bang, there it is.
Heel! Yeah! Avoid the gutter ball and you got yourself a major. And it stays that way.
Have your knees flexed and bent.
Support that kind of grip pressure with that kind of sharp edge to it.
Greatest performance in the history of the Masters right here from the youngest kid ever. So.
Shannon going to keep pace here. She will. 7th frame strike.
The new Bowl TV brings together every type of video content. You saw it, live events, instructional video for coaching instruction, historical archives of clips that you may not have seen before, and special exclusive behind-the-scenes entertainment. It's all together in one place under one subscription. Now, much of the content is premium video that is supported by paid subscribers. And you might recall from the strategic planning report, one of USBC's strategic priorities is a diversification of revenue streams beyond just membership dues. With Bowl TV, we allow those who are interested to support the video costs and help with some of the expense. It also gives us an opportunity to drive revenue from non-USBC members rather than simply giving away our services to everyone for free. Marketing has also been a huge focus for us in the past year. I think we can all agree the PWBA Tour continues to be a fantastic marketing success as one example, and it certainly shows a commitment that we have to incredibly quality video production. PWBA is a powerful brand in our sport, and it's also a centerpiece of the new Bowl TV for the season.
Again on the breakout player.
It's a strike. It's a championship for Stephanie Johnson.
It's been an exciting start of the season already, and we're looking forward to more of the action coming up this weekend on Bowl TV. The PWBA Tour is only possible because of the fantastic commitment we have across the industry and the partnerships that make it possible. We certainly want to thank BPAA for their continued support of that program. USBC continues to have great support across the industry to help promote a future for the sport and our programs. Please take a moment with a round of applause for all of our gold and silver lever partners that are up on the screen right now. We'd also like to have a round of applause for all the brands supporting the PWBA Tour as registered equipment providers. Finally, we'd like to give special recognition to our partners at Nationwide Insurance. For many years, Nationwide has been the largest brand from outside the bowling industry supporting USBC. Nationwide is also a proud sponsor of the PWBA Tour, and here is just an example. The photo is from a promotional event that was conducted at Nationwide's headquarters, where they invited several of the stars of the PWBA Tour to come and be part of the day at Nationwide. Final item I want to touch upon to close is membership value. It is the last bullet point on the priority list. And I believe that you can see from everything we've talked about across all of these programs, junior gold growth we've mentioned, collegiate growth, open championships growth, PWBA growth, USBC Masters was a sellout, expanded television, modernized technology. All of these things combined show that we are focused on investing in bowling, delivering for you and providing for our members at all levels. Thank you all for helping make it happen. Now I'll turn the stage back over to Chad.
What an incredible day. As I like to say, and you've heard me say before, in my opinion, bowling has 5 or 6 really special days of the year, and I always look forward to them, and this is certainly one of them. I come in excited, I leave refreshed, renewed, and thinking about what comes next for this great association. Also looking for and thinking about finding new ways to say yes, and in addition to the ways we've done that in the last few years. The Youth Award winners, Carl and Kathy's important messages, also Gary and Melissa. Please give everyone a round of applause for this morning's effort. As I said earlier, also Mr. Overstreet. This guy goes over and above every day for this association. He's been a great friend to all of us, everyone in this room. Please also give him another great big hand. Education is the silver bullet. Education is everything. We hear about this from time to time, often during election cycles. It's an idea many people agree with. It's also something as a society we don't do enough about. At USBC, we are more than committed to delivering on that idea. The Association Leadership Academy, as one example. Our lane inspection workshop's another. The education delivered at this convention, a third example. There are many others. Many of them are new. Many of them didn't exist several years ago. Online, you will see increased transparency. USBC posts its tax returns, audited financials, a yearbook detailing our annual activities, and most recently, the addition of our board minutes, looking back 3 years, went up a few months ago. These are all areas of education and information sharing. It's something we value highly as a core function of our association. I hope everyone has enjoyed this convention. Thanks to our association services and education team at USBC. Also, thanks to all the presenters this year and every one of you that has attended. Education is a two-way street. We always learn as much from your feedback and engagement as we do from delivering. Please give everyone involved a round of applause, including yourselves. I'd like to share some numbers from the Association Leadership Academy, which just completed its second year. This year we had 157 associations in attendance with 252 attendees. These are information-intensive sessions with a lot to take in, but the takeaways are really valuable and should help any local or state association in service to its members and its member centers, which is also important. Stakeholders should leave the 2-day event with a few bullet points. With a heightened culture and connection, they should leave refreshed, motivated, and inspired. They should leave equipped to powerfully relate the value benefits of membership using a conversational method, with a new strategic planning tool and direction, a vision for what's most important to the association developmentally, with tools for board evaluation, training, and accountability, which is so important today, with a better understanding of the importance of and specific strategy for proactively engaging stakeholders, either face-to-face, through website, social media, and email, with a new opportunity and ability to network with other associations. As you know, I believe that networking is one of the biggest tools at these conventions in any association work, and I hope you all made a new friend this week. In total, 272 associations and 540 association leaders have attended the workshops in the first 2 years of the Academy. To those that attended, thank you. The lane inspection workshops have seen a dramatic increase in participation as well the last 2 seasons, with USBC's renewed focus on lane inspection. We had 325 of our association and 966 individual attendees. Think about that. Think about where we were 3 years ago talking about lane inspection, to have 966 folks want the training and education that's available. It's really, really incredible. Thank you. Thank you. Lastly, on this subject, I'd like to point out the ARC, our Association Research Center at bowl.com that we launched a couple years ago. If you need it, it probably lives in the ARC. Association work is never easy. As with any job, it certainly comes with its own set of unique challenges. There's no doubt about that. What we're trying to do is make the information easy to find, easy to put your hands on and use. Make it very available for anyone that's interested. At USBC, in 5 years as your executive director, it's not the battles we lose that bother me. It really isn't. It's the problems we don't suit up and fight for. Education in the past was an example of that. We had simply given up to the cutbacks and the costs. This new investment really is possible because of the dues increase that this body voted for a few years ago. Both the Association Leadership Academy and lane inspection workshops are provided at no cost to the attendees, completely free. It's service to bowling. We're investing in our grassroots. A better trained, educated, and informed association is a better association. There's no doubt about it. It really is that simple. Thanks to everyone here that's been a part of it, taken the information in and put it to work in the field, most importantly. Please give everyone a round of applause. I'm not sure where he's at, but I want to just take a second. When I talk about those investments and the dues increase, there was one gentleman that stood above all in putting that dues increase forward several years ago. His name is David Paul Lewis. David, if you don't mind, I just want to say thank you for the courage to do that, and the rest of you for voting it in and having the trust in us to do the right things with the money. So David, thank you. Please give him a round of applause. There's certainly more to come. We will do what's hard. We will achieve what's great. These programs are examples where we found new ways to say yes instead of simply listening to all the reasons why we couldn't accomplish something. You hear it and see it every day in the field. There's always reasons why not to. You hear it loudly and more clearly than the reasons to do it. We live and breathe saying yes all the time. We say it as much as possible. You say it in the field every day when you run your tournaments. When you enforce your rules, you're saying yes to the value of USBC. Please pass it along if it makes sense. Let's continue to find yes together as much as we can in the future. Yes is hard. Yes means we might have to do something different from the way we always do it. Yes means we might have to do things that others don't believe in. Saying yes has been a focus for USBC over the last several years, and some great things have come from it. I hope you agree. What's next for USBC? That's a common question I receive. With the merger in place, the financial model secure for another decade, the national tournament slide has been stopped. Growth, a word we are using in so many areas now. These are new days upon us with new opportunities for us all at USBC. My answer to that question of what next simply starts with the future starts today. Really, it started a few years ago. It starts every day anew. The work itself and the programs we provide through your efforts continue to be very productive and impactful. Jason hit on many of the high points in his speech. We have been working towards and will now move forward as one merged association. Congratulations for that. In that thought, USBC is working towards a new delivery model for our association tournaments, a consumer registration model for all. We begin the journey of moving from paper, manual input, to the information directly from the consumer into a fully functional tournament registration system. We launched it several years ago at the Open and Women's Championships, the youth events added to the platform in 2018, with the completion at the national level taking place right now with our short duration tournaments being added. We've also been working on a pilot program this spring with the North Central Texas Association in Fort Worth. The pilot is ongoing. We'd like to thank that association and Terry Taylor for being a pioneer in this space. Please give them a round of applause. Next up, we want more associations to participate. I know more than a few of you were in the IT workshop this week, and we're looking forward to taking some of you on. In addition to that, all state association executive directors and presidents have been invited to the campus for a working group next month. We will show everyone what's going on and add associations who are willing to pilot the program. There's a lot more going on in that two-day session. It's a part of the Leadership Academy, but one section of it will be a focus on IT and the tournament registration platform. And we're looking forward to having that group at that campus for the first time. And if you're here, we hope you'll choose to join us. More information to follow, but the future is now as we move towards a more efficient model for our tournaments into the future. This is another example where we have simply found a way to say yes. That makes sense. Consumer registration. Let's go do it. Yes leads to production. Thanks for helping us get to it. Next up, I'd like to spend just a few minutes talking about league bowling. Anybody excited about league bowling in here? Let's try that again. Is anybody excited about league bowling in here? USBC service to its league officers, even more specifically our league secretaries, is what I'd like to discuss. One of our key areas of focus the last couple of years is talking about membership value. We've filled this convention with messages. We've sent marketing materials in the field. We've done so much to talk about it. Going to league meetings, getting to league meetings, sharing, explaining the value of an association like USBC. You guys know this. You do it every day. Thank you for doing it. In USBC's history, we have certified 706,297 leagues since 2095. And when I say we, I'm talking about all you fine folks. We've captured 48,873 of our league secretaries in our system. These folks, along with partners in the center, deliver immeasurable value for the management of our leagues. As individual members, we often forget about this very important key function within the structure of the league. Our league secretaries have been doing it for a long time. Let's celebrate a few leagues. On the screen, you'll see a list of leagues that were pulled from our database. I know it's a little bit small, but we'll leave it up there for a second. I hope you guys can make it out. It's a list of 32 leagues. Each have been running for over 75 years. Some say league bowling is dead. Others talk about leaving it for dead. Yet look at the examples of how it's still alive and strong. And I just want to share with you, when we talk to our proprietor friends, they're still thinking about and talking about leagues all the time too. We haven't moved on from this. Leagues are very important, and they are still alive and strong. Obviously, leagues like these and others take people to organize and run them. I'd like to share a couple stories and celebrate some of that. We have two very special guests with us today that we would like to celebrate, as well as the leagues that they bowl in. The first is Rick Hankey. Rick's a league secretary for Saxonia Bowling League in Wisconsin. The league's been certified since 1936. It started the year before in 1935. The league started out in an 8-lane house. It was originally at Hollywood Recreation and is now conducted at Riviera Lanes in Milwaukee. All records for this league are still in place from 1935. It includes the league rules and minutes. The original records were kept in German up until 1952. 8 4-person teams compete today. The league takes place on Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Rick is the league secretary. He's from Milwaukee and a machinist by trade. Rick started bowling league in 1968 at 18 years old. He says his German heritage is likely what his dad got him involved in the league. Rick bowled in other leagues over the years, some scratch leagues, some recreational, but his first league has always been like home, he says. Rick had a 300 game in his 26th year in the league. He's been married for 50 years, and this also happens to be his 50th year in the league. Now, please make what you want of that. But I like to say couples who bowl together stay together. Rick's also been the league secretary for the last 30 years. Rick, where you at? Can you please stand up, say hi to these folks? Thank you for your service, sir. Very much appreciated. Well done. The second person we'd like to celebrate is Flora Wilson. Flora's been the lead secretary of the Early Risers League in Denver, Colorado for 37 years. She started bowling in 1972, was married in 1981. Flora and her husband decided to bowl together in a league. The Early Risers League, it started in 1981. She and her husband joined in its second year, where they learned the first year the league secretary had some issues handling the money. I bet they called somebody at the national office to help with that. In any event, the league needed a new secretary, so Flora volunteered. Flora and her husband still bowl in the league together. There's also one charter member left in the league, Loretta Delp. There's a picture of them on the screen. Flora and Loretta still bowl nationals together as well as city and state tournament. Flora has 38 years of participations at the Women's Championships. The Early Risers League was started as a family fun league, starting at 8 a.m. because there were a lot of night shift workers who would come after working the graveyard shift. The league has moved a few times, now competes at AMF Northglenn. Today they have found 14 three-person teams in both Sunday mornings at 9:30 to get done before the football games start. Flora, do you mind standing up, saying hi to the delegation? Flora, thank you for your service. Much appreciated to bowling. League officers have always been a part of the value of this great organization. If you will indulge me, I'd like to please ask for all the league officers in attendance to please stand, or former league officers. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your help in servicing members the way you do. Please again give this folks a round of applause. League bowling's alive. It's alive. It's a little more work, but it's alive. League bowling is still alive and well all over the U.S. Sure, it's evolving with the changing of times, but at its core, being socially competitive with friends and family will be around forever. And bowling, in my humble opinion, offers something no others can, a lifetime support that knows no boundaries. There are so many ways for us to help our proprietors continue to support leagues. Yes, it's certainly their business and it's core to their business, but there's so many ways we can still support our proprietors to support leagues. Let's do everything we can to make it easier and easy for them. If USBC National can help you any way, please feel free to reach out. And you know what we will say? Yes. Flora and Rick, thank you for that. That was a lot of fun, sharing about your experiences and learning it. It was amazing when the emails came in and we learned about your accomplishments. So again, thank you. We have a special celebration coming, but before I go, I'd like to hit a couple additional topics. I appreciate you hanging in there with me. We have an incredible staff at the campus, a passionate group of bowling warriors, some lifelong bowlers themselves, others skilled professionals who have welcomed the opportunity to be a part of our sport and our association, and they'll be lifetime bowlers as now too. Please help me thank them by giving them a round of applause. To all our association managers, thank you. To all of our local and state board members, thank you. To all of our volunteers everywhere, thank you. It's your effort that makes it go, especially the people in this room. I'm going to get into an example why, but I got asked this yesterday, and I want to make good on something I didn't do yesterday. Could I have all the first-timers at convention please stand? Look at that. Look at that. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Again, another one of those areas of focus the last few years. And I don't know if you saw that delegate count, 971. There's over 1,000 people in the room today for the first time since I've been at this convention. So thank you for that. It means a lot. It can be frustrating, but also the very much needed reality that when talking about government, we as individuals don't make all the decisions. We elect people who make those decisions. It's called a representative democracy. USBC is no different through the elections of our leaders and delegates at every level. This delegation is, and the annual meeting, also a great example of that. Decisions are made by those who show up. Decisions are made by those who show up. Whether it's at this convention, your local and state board meetings, these are places where all the action happens for this association in terms of its business and, most importantly, its governance. I just want to personally say thank you for consistently showing up. Whether we agree, whether we disagree on everything, it's okay. I think we've lost the ability to agree to disagree these days without personally attacking people. But whether we agree or disagree, we all, every one of us, add value to this great association with our presence. Thanks for finding ways to say yes when possible. Thanks for being there and making the decisions in those rooms. Thanks once again for showing up. Lastly, I'd like to thank our USBC Board of Directors. This group gives up a lot of their personal time, and they receive no compensation, no salary whatsoever, no matter what you read on the internet. They get scrutinized at times. They get attacked. And guess what they're being attacked for? They're being attacked for doing exactly what they've been asked to do in fulfilling the responsibility of their office. They really do. As members, I hope we ask the board to listen to everyone while also thinking for themselves. Ultimately, though, acting is one unified body. They process information and they make decisions in the best interest of bowling for all. Not for some, not for a few, but for all. They continue to find ways to look out for the sport's best interest in pushing things forward. Please also remember that everyone in this room, we are all just people. Whether you sit on our national board, a local board, our staff, our members themselves, we're all just people, imperfect at times, with flaws. Every single one of us in this room in some way. USBC as a whole is no different. The simple fact is we all do our best every day, don't we? We simply do our best, and with your help, our best will continue to be as productive as it has been in delivering on our vision and our mission of benefits and resources, our tournaments, our service to bowling. We continue to believe in the idea and the vision that together we can, together, build a better USBC we can all be proud of that continues to serve bowling in amazing ways. Thanks to Carl, Karen, and our USBC Board of Directors. Please give them all a round of applause. Again, it's certainly an honor and a privilege and a pleasure to serve this great association as your lead association manager at the national level, your executive director. A reminder of our promise to close. We celebrate the past, we're mindful of the present, we work to ensure the future of our great sport through our delivery model. Thanks for your time. Thanks for all you do locally. All bowling's local. We're just here to help you. We're here to service you, and we can do that. Give us a call. Thanks for what you do and your commitment to bowling. Thank you very much. All right, we've got a little surprise for you. I think all of you know, but we're one merged association now. Is that right? Everybody merged? Woohoo! We've got a pretty cool, some cupcakes and cake for everyone, but we'd like to tell you a story. I read a book a few years ago. It said, whoever tells the best story wins. And the story of this merger is incredible, and it goes back a few decades. Not just a few months, not just a few minutes. It goes back a very long time. As you recall, we've had a lot to celebrate the last few years at this convention. The 10-year anniversary of USBC, for example, the 100-year anniversary of the Women's Championships, of women's bowling, another. This year, a celebration of unity as one organization in each community, a USBC for all of its members in an area, a state. This is USBC's first convention, fully united, and we want to celebrate that with all of you, and I hope you'll enjoy it. Before we get going, I'd like to invite Mike Larson up to the stage. He doesn't know about this, so... I told that story about Jason Overstreet earlier. After Jason agreed to be my deputy, the first thing we did was meet with Mike. He'd been working at the campus for quite a while. This one's going to get a little difficult, but he'd been there for quite a while, and we knew that he was a superstar. And I'll get a little bit more into that and what he's representing up here as we go along, but we asked him to become our lead for membership association services and also this convention. And we thought we were going to do well, and we thought that, he had the chops to do some of this, but we had no idea what a great decision that was. And so, Mike, thank you. A few years ago when the dues increase and the merger came up with legislation, Mike and I were there one late at night, and I walked into his office and we had a conversation about how we were going to get back into the field and how we were going to have conversations and what the best way was to go about moving this thing forward in terms of the merger and the dues increase. And we spent, I don't know, probably an hour that night just kind of bouncing back and forth. And we pulled out a lot of information from this convention, you know, who voted yes, who voted no. You don't really know, but you do through the conversations. And we set up 80 town halls around the country, and Mike and his team went in the field. Myself, Jason Overstreet, we canvassed the earth, if you will, talking about USBC as association. And it really was Mike's vision for it. I know I get a lot of credit for it, but the reality is it was Mike's vision for it, and we went out in the field and did that. Fast forward a few years, merger got voted in, the dues increased. Now we're back in that same office with nearly 400 mergers to complete with a ticking clock to get them completed. We talked about additional staff. We talked about additional resources. And Mike said, no, I think we can do it. I think we can get it done. I think we have the staff. I think we have the horses to pull it off. And I'm proud to say that Mike is representing on this stage as part of this celebration our staff at the campus that worked on this project under his leadership, but also every staff member that's been at ABC or WIBC that were a part of this effort as well. So Mike's going to be joined by some other folks as we go along here, but Mike will be representing the work that he's been doing, but also everybody that's ever worked on this project. So again, buddy, I appreciate it. Thanks for being a part of it. One of the first things we did, Roger Nordhook and Mike and I got together, and these guys delivered a document, and this is a true story. I asked them, hey, in the next 7 months, we need to celebrate this merger. Bowler's Journal, some other places, some video, how do we do it? And they came back and they produced this incredible document. They were sitting at a desk in my office, and I'm reading the document, and it was everything I had to not just come to tears. It was so special, and that is going to take place from what we've done already to what we're doing today. And part of that, this past November, past leaders of ABC, WIBC, YABA, USA Bowling came together at the International Bowling Campus to recap the trials and tribulations that went with the organizations coming together. We have a video recapping their stories. I hope you enjoy it as much as we did.
In November of 2018, the United States Bowling Congress announced that all mergers at the state and local level were completed, marking a historic occasion for certified bowlers, who now have a single association at each level. The announcement was part of a long process that many believe began in 2005, when the American Bowling Congress, Women's International Bowling Congress, Young American Bowling Alliance, and USA Bowling merged to form one organization, the USBC. But in reality, the process started well before that, and many believed it was something that would never even be possible.
I was at a seminar in D.C. where there was a seminar on merging associations, and the guy up front is the expert on mergers. So I figured, this is going to really help me. And he says, you need to go out and meet with each person and explain to them why that's happening. Of course, I raised my hand. I say, I hear what you're saying. But I said, how do you do that if you have 6,000 local chapters, 50,000 volunteers, and 3 million members? And the guy up front said, well, that could never happen. I said, could never happen. So that's my problem.
But I can clearly remember sitting there when Joyce Deitch suggested that we just look at it. And what went through my mind immediately was over my dead body.
And perhaps that would have been true were it not for a handful of leaders who risked their very livelihoods, as well as a legion of association volunteers and delegates who eventually chose to put the best interests of the sport of bowling above their own.
The early 80s when I started bowling in the national tournament, and my wife used to go with me, not to bowl, she'd go and watch. And after one trip, she said to me, why aren't there any women bowling in this? I said, I don't know. I said, the only answer I can come up with is they have their own tournament. She said, well, how many members do you have at ABC? that are female? And I said, I can't name one. So that got me thinking, why are we separate? Why are we being redundant? From a business perspective, it doesn't make sense.
Both the ABC and WIBC had long storied histories, but in the 1980s, both organizations began to see yearly declines in membership. Eventually, it became clear that merging the organizations was the most logical solution, but there were many hurdles to making it happen.
The merger was talked about in just general ways for, quite a few years, and I think it was mainly on the top leadership level rather than at a convention.
You're not supposed to talk about it, and then some people over in the headquarters, it was called the M word. You don't use the M word.
We didn't think that it was a good thing right at the beginning.
Now, there might have been some people that might not have liked some aspects of the merger, but I think overall they saw the handwriting on the wall.
All of the major discussions that were going on were between ABC and WIBC, how they could satisfy their delegations to appease their concerns. The more those challenges were met on their behalf, the more challenges that kind of created for us.
And I got back home and I thought about it, and I thought it doesn't hurt to look at it. And I very quickly realized that when I put my personal feelings aside, that it was a logical move.
We had some officers in ABC that said they'd like to start talking merger, and there's a lot of prompt, and it just kind of percolated.
When I got tapped to take over shared services, employees were just hungry for recognition, having a feeling of accomplishment. As far as the political battles and the mergers, we just kept our head down and worked the processes in Greendale and not give the associations any reason to say, hey, look, that thing at Greendale's not working. How do you expect us to merge and consolidate?
I became the project manager, I believe it was about June, July of 2000. So the challenge was keeping all the balls in the air, plan A, plan B, plan C.
Once you get that much stuff coming together, it's almost like a snowball rolling, and it just keeps gathering and gathering. Where's it going to stop?
But after the initial work of gathering the data and building the case was completed, it was defeated resoundingly by ABC delegates at the 2003 annual meeting. Seeing the results, the WIBC chose not to even put the resolution up for vote.
It was a kind of a gut-wrenching time and a long process, and not very many people were happy with it, that's for sure.
When it didn't go through, knowing everything that went into that whole year just to make that first one through was, I don't know if I could do another year.
The leaders of each organization went back to the drawing board and revised the merger proposal in preparation for another vote the following year at both the ABC and WIBC annual meetings. This time the results were sealed until both organizations had voted. On May 5th of that year, the leaders of all of the organizations announced the results, and the proposal passed both the ABC and WIBC. However, the YABA, who had voted to pass the resolution in 2003, declined to pass it in 2004, so another board vote was called 10 days later to revisit the issue.
I just had a real bad feeling that the board had voted negatively on the merger. And our votes were sealed just like the ABC and WIBC. And actually ended up spending the night in the hospital. Blood pressure spiked a little bit.
And in the end, everybody said, okay, well, we want to make it unanimous, so everybody voted for the merger.
We reconvened and they hashed it out and got the necessary votes to move that forward.
It was best for bowling, and we just kind of stuck with it. And there were a lot of people that were, going to be, say, president of WIBC or president of ABC that were going to lose their position, and they were still in favor of it because they felt that it was best for bowling.
When this whole thing started, I had a full head of curly brown hair. The stress hit me pretty hard. Constantly having to work on something that was going to put me out of a job. But I was confident that was the best thing for the youth, best thing for bowling.
I recognized and I was willing to accept that there was an end to tradition, and yet some of it could go forward. That I felt okay in giving up my position for the betterment of the sport. And it was kind of difficult for me to realize all these other volunteers who claim to have a passion for the sport, that I got to where many times I thought you have a passion for your position, not a passion for the sport.
Perception's reality, as we all know, that was I going to retain all the ABC employees and get rid of everybody else? To make the decision, I hired or indicated who I was going to have for my leaders, and included Roseanne Kuhn and Jim Zebehazy and Jack Mordini and a couple of support staff, and we met as a group and evaluated all the people. The group included all the previous organizations, and the decisions were made, and then we came up with our list, and I had the bad situation, excuse me, of telling somebody, you did a great job, you're fired.
When you work on something so hard and so diligently and so passionate, and then when finally it comes to an end and it's in the way that you hoped it would be, I mean, there was just a tremendous amount of relief.
I was extremely proud when it happened. And it's also, you're sitting there, be careful what you wish for, you may get your wish. Okay, now it's more, what do we do now?
Coming into a new location with and meshing with new, and in many cases, younger people. And that takes time.
It was really awesome to be at the ground level to start the conversations and to see where it is today. That's some hard work on everybody's part. And I'm glad that we all work together as a team to make it happen.
It was a hectic times, but again, great staff, great bunch of people who worked really hard on this thing.
The unification of bowling's major organizations into the United States Bowling Congress in 2005 was a historic and inspiring moment in the sport of bowling. It would be another 13 years of hard work put in at the national, state, and local levels until all associations were merged into one, which was finally completed in November 2018.
Truly, the unification will make it much better, and USBC can do more. That final piece is finally in place. The puzzle is now complete.
USBC can do more. We can. I really appreciated that line. It was really a historic few days with all of these former great leaders who still support this organization, with no doubt. Roseanne, Roger, I'm trying not to look at them. Roseanne, Roger, and Jim are in the room today, if you don't mind. Thanks for attending. Please stand up. Please stand up. I think the harder part, the easiest of this, is that USBC has formed from these great organizations, and I think it's so important as we move forward that remember still today we are, as a group, everyone in this room, all of our members, we are WIBC, we are ABC, we are YABA, and collectively we're USBC. Our history is what's founded in the foundation of who we are today. And so it's just really been an incredible journey that I'm really proud of everyone that's been involved. Many of our volunteers, many of you in this room are part of that service that dates back to ABC and WIBC, and we will never forget. The merger of these organizations at all levels being completed is really about everyone in this room. A lot of the folks that came before us, everyone involved today, but also those who will serve tomorrow. Each of your associations came together for the greater good of bowling. You just heard the story of the merge on the larger scale. Now let's hear about some of our volunteers who've been champions of the sport in this area from the local area. I hope you enjoy this video as well.
Susan Kresge, I go by Sue, and I'm the Pennsylvania State USBC Association Manager. My boyfriend's parents bowled. His aunt was involved in the administrative side. She said to me, "Come on, Sue, you're going to go with me to a local association meeting." I went, and before I left the meeting, I had volunteered to do something. With 3 organizations kind of doing the same thing, you know, it was a no-brainer for me. I never once thought that it wasn't the right thing to do. But we did have the right people at the table through the state merger, and the merger went very well. Just getting through our first year, it's been quite interesting. The little things, the little details that as a transition committee you never thought of. Locally, it was great. This one, you know, it just took some give and take. Let's put it that way, compromise. It was a good process to listen to what they had to say, what we had to say, and blend everything together.
My name's Dave Bryant. I'm from Richland, Washington, and I'm currently president of the Washington State USBC. After school, I moved up here to Richland in 1980, and in 1983, I was bowling the handicap league. I'd been bowling that league here at Atomic Lanes. One of the gentlemen bowling the league, his name is Vic Faubert, asked me if I'd be interested in bowling state tournament with the local association team. He had approached me one of the league nights and said, "Hey, we have some openings on our local board and we have elections coming up. Would you be interested in running?" So I said, "Sure, why not?" I've kind of been doing that ever since. As soon as Nationals decided to merge, our state just went along with it completely. The men, the youth, and the women got along great together. We had no problem merger. It's just been really a pretty smooth operation between the men, the women, and the youth. I think we've just become stronger because of that.
I'm Philip Laporte. I probably was active helping the association since '74. When we came together, learning to understand each other is still a little bit of a challenge today, but we're all open-minded. As association manager for Wisconsin State, we were encouraged by bowling headquarters to sit down and talk, and we did. We both sat down in Wausau, actually all 3 groups, in tables of 8, and had a great discussion. All of us have the same goal, you know, promoting bowling within your group. Yes, some people did it one way and some people did it another way, but there was never any wrong way. It's just trying to figure out now which is the best way, you know, and being open-minded to accept each side of the story.
Right after I had my daughter, you know, we started bowling in 1970, and I haven't stopped since then. Actually, until I got involved with the local board, I didn't really know what went on about it. I think that's most people don't. You just come to bowl, so you don't really know what's involved with being on the local or the state. On the state level, I think there was a lot of apprehension because, again, none of them really wanted to merge because they all ran their organizations very well. So we always had a great relationship with the men's association at the time and also the youth. So all 3 of us kind of worked together, and it wasn't any kind of challenge to do it. I think things are smoother now instead of dealing with 3 different organizations. Back, you know, as association manager, I had to deal with all 3 since we were merged. But it's just been a very good relationship. I think overall it's just been a great change and a good change. Yeah, I love working tournaments. I love working. I still coach my little bumper kids. I just enjoy being around everyone. It's the friendships that I've made over the years that will last forever.
I always said, I got the best job in the world. You've got to do it to experience it. Bowling is a family sport. It's a lifetime sport. Oh, I just love it.
It's a great sport. It's a lifelong sport. You know, I like dealing with people and forming relationships. The joy that the sport has given me, you know, the travels that I have. You know, I have friends from here to California.
As a youth, you can bowl. In high school, you can bowl. In college, you can bowl. You can bowl as a family. It's a lifetime sport. I just love the game of American 10-pin, and I just want to help it as long as I can. That's it. That's simple.
I just love the game of American 10 pins, and I just want to help it as long as I can. How many of the folks in this room can support that line and statement? Thanks, Phil. Joining me on stage is Sue Kresge from Pennsylvania State USBC. Thanks, Sue. Phil Laporte from Milwaukee and Wisconsin State USBC. Dahlia Keys from Greater Tampa, Florida State USBC. Dave Bryant from Washington State USBC. And of course, Mike Larson, representing our staff. These five folks on these stage are representing all of us. And remember, every association leader past and present to celebrate this great achievement for this amazing association. One association, not a local, a state, and then a national. One USBC, merged, moving forward productively. We'd like them to take a second and cut some cake for us, if you don't mind. In closing, to commemorate this incredible achievement from all of you and all of your hard work and your coming together and your collaborative nature, we have a few gifts. Who's interested in some gifts? As you depart, you will each receive a commemorative coin. Hopefully there'll be one on the screen. It says, "Forging Our Future Together," with the USBC logo on the front. You can get them on your way out. Please cherish this and remember how important your service to bowling truly is and how much it's appreciated. Feel free to take it to board meetings, bring it to league, bring it to your tournaments, explain how and why the importance behind the coin. Everything bowling is and able to achieve and accomplish comes because of those who serviced it for years before us, those who service us now, and those who will service in the future. In addition to this coin, all associations in attendance will receive this plaque. It's a symbol of your association's commitment to the sport. Please display it proudly. As your association is bowling, you are USBC to our members. Your service and efforts are indicative to the experience bowlers, leagues, and proprietors have for this organization. You are the face. You are the leaders. Thank you for your experience that you deliver daily. In closing, thanks again for all you do for bowling. Thank you for your service. One merged association. Thank you for the work. We very much appreciate it. Bowling thanks you. I'd like to again thank our past leaders and everyone up here representing you. We appreciate all of you being a part of this. It was wonderful. Thanks for the help. And with that, the legislative session begins at 1:30. Doors open at 1. Thank you.